Welcome back everybody to George's Mitch Cars, and I want to show you some very cool muscle machines. Well, the newer ones by Maisto, and I have a couple cases of the older original ones, and those are very cool. Now these ones are the original Funline merchandise castings, and I got these packed away in my $5 Dollarama cases, and these are really cool die casts. And of course, well, they came out in 2000, lasted till 2005, and then they changed hands with different companies. And well, okay, Maisto eventually bought the company. And then copyright 2012, that's when Maisto acquired the brand. And well, they carried on the traditional packaging, and you got this collector card that featured a picture of the vehicle. And well, I didn't think they were quite so nice as the original castings, but I bought a few of them. Here's the Corvette, and pretty nice, but then they kind of disappeared for a bit because I think the quality wasn't up to what everyone expected, and so they went away for a little bit until Maisto reintroduced them. And now you got this very cool packaging. You got this little tray, and there's a piece that pops up so you can sit it on and have a little display. But okay, it's just kind of a gimmick, I guess. And as you can see, display stand included, supports includes, that's French. And anyways, I thought, well, okay, that's pretty cool. And now the quality was actually much better, and so I loved collecting these ones. But we didn't get many of these up in Canada, and Toys R Us is the only one that sold these. And well, anyways, I found what I could, and this is very cool Shelby. But well, when Toys R Us reopened, I did find a treasure hunt version, so that was very cool. Are we focused in here? And I thought, really nice. So at least I found one chase piece. And well, since then they haven't brought in any more. Oh well, there's there we go. So that was very cool, but unfortunately Toys R Us have not brought in any more new versions of the muscle machines. But I found a bunch, and I want to show you that, and I want to put them into those cases I showed you. Well, these ones from Dollarama, and they were $5 each, and they hold 30 cars. And now this is how you get them. Well, they assemble one tier, and then you get the bagged dividers, and well, you got to put it together yourself. Now, in this case, well, uh, there's 4 dividers in the middle and 4 on the outside, and so the 4 in the middle are longer, the 4 on the outside are shorter, so you just got to sort those out. And then the center divider, well, it's pretty straightforward. Anyways, so let's unbox my muscle machine. All right, here's a case. I've already put 5 of my loose muscle machines I put in, and this is very cool. This is the perfect case for holding muscle machines. And well, I have room for 25 more. Now, I don't think I have quite 25 vehicles, but these are really cool. And I have the police version of the Mustang box body, and then I have this very cool Pro Street version, and then we have this very cool, and I'll show you this one because it's really neat. This wild looking turbocharged track monster. It's absolutely cool. And let's see, well, on the bottom it's the 49 Ford F1 pickup truck, and I absolutely love this. Very cool. And then, well, I showed you the treasure hunt version of the 72 Datsun 240Z, and this is the regular version. And we'll pull that out, and very cool. It's got a separate exhaust, and really nice. I love these. Now it doesn't have the big engine sticking through the hood, but tuners don't have that feature. And anyway, so let's look at the other ones I want to show you. Then I'm going to take out and put in the case. Now I don't have all of them, but I have a bunch that are really nice, and they're not all, well, numbered 1 through whatever. But these are ones that I'm going to show you that I found, and wow, this is very cool. You got a 66 Dodge Charger, and very nice. So $12. Well, I think I may have found some of these at a toy show, and I can't remember because I bought them and just put them away, and I haven't bothered opening them. But I thought this is a very cool one. I don't think I paid $12. I definitely didn't pay $12. So I'm not sure. I forget. That must have been a toy show, and I would have bought a bunch of them together for a much lower price. But anyways, this was very cool. All right, well, these ones come with this little display base that you flip this piece up and then slide it back, and then you put the car on. And okay, that's cool, but I don't know if you got enough room to put the little display base. And well, okay, could be better, I guess, but hey, at least it's something. And so I thought, okay, well, that's kind of cool, but I mean, that's just extra stuff you gotta put on a shelf and display when you only really need the car. And so that's really cool. So this is the 66 Dodge Charger, and that is pretty nice. And this is the only one I've found. And well, muscle machines, like any other diecast manufacturers, companies like to issue these cars in different colors. And so anyways, this is the only one I found, but that's really cool. And the next one is number 5, the Shelby Cobra. And this is very cool. Now it's got no stripes, just numbers, and in white with red interior. That's really neat. And then the next one I'll show you, I'm not going to show you these in any particular order. And the next one is the 65 Shelby Daytona Coupe. And I love the Coupe the best of all the Shelby cars that he produced. And muscle machines, oh, this is so cool. I love it in blue. Love the white stripes. The back half of the we're in number 13. White wheels, white exhaust. Oh, that is so cool. I love it. And then the next one, like I said, I don't have these all in order or all the numbers, but I absolutely love these cars. And so let's look at the next one. The 66 Ford GT40 Mark II. Oh man, this is a cool casting. I love it. And of course, muscle machines are tuned style. And this is a great looking one. I love it. Gold wheels, black with white stripes. Number 2, I love it. All right. So let's look at the next one. Now we have the hot rod. Very cool 34 Ford. And this is absolutely cool. This is perfect for muscle machines with a big engine. Love the color, love the wheels. How cool is that? All right, well, we're sticking with American cars for the moment. And here we have the 70 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. And this is absolutely cool. I love it in green with the gold stripes. A wagon at that. A hot rod wagon. What could be better? And so very cool. Absolutely awesome. And so let's go with an old school American car. Now this is Gene Winfield's 61 Cadillac, known as Maybelline. Now Gene Winfield was one of the greatest all-time customizers, and sadly he passed away a year ago or so, a little over a year maybe. But it's very cool that Muscle Machines came out with a version of the Maybelline, and this is absolutely awesome. I love it. All right, let's look at another American car that very cool. Now this is very cool. The Chevy Nomad, the Mad Wagon. This is so cool, and I love it because I have a bunch of old 57s, 55s, and yeah, old Tri-5 Chevys. And well, let's have a look at that case. All right, here is my other case, and I have Nomads in this one. And I got the Pontiac, Oldsmobile, whatnot. There's the 55s right there. And then we have the 57s over here, 57 Chevys. Of course, we have other very cool models in this case. And that is absolutely awesome. So let's get back to the Maisto versions. Now this is a car that's near and dear to my heart. I just love Camaros, and the second generation Camaro is my absolute favorite. I did own a 76 Camaro, which is probably the least desirable model of the Camaro 76. They didn't have any horsepower and whatnot, and you could get a small V8 or a straight six cylinder, but I absolutely love the second generation Camaro. And this is absolutely cool in the Advan livery, and I just love it. All right, well, the last couple are European cars that are absolutely cool, and I'm really happy that Maisto came out with these ones. So let's have a look at the last two. All right, here we have the Porsche RWB 993 911. That's pretty wild. Okay, that's cool. Now, it may not be everybody's taste, and a lot of people think, oh, RWB just ruined Porsches, but it's pretty wild. It's a cool looking casting. I love it with the big wing and all the aero bits on it. And then the last one is a beautiful Italian job that I absolutely love. And so let's take a look at that one. Now this one I didn't want to take out of the package because it's so cool, but I gotta set it free because it's absolutely cool, awesome Lamborghini Countach. I love it. So let's have a look at this one. Now this one is probably my absolute favorite muscle machines. Well, not of the original ones, but of the Maisto editions. How cool is that? They just captured it so perfect. All the details. Oh, this one actually wants to roll. Well, that's pretty cool. uh, All the other ones, well, they didn't want to roll, but this Lamborghini, it wants to go fast, I guess. And absolutely cool. They captured every detail. And oh man, I absolutely love this one. So that's pretty much does it for all my Maisto Lamborghini, well, Maisto muscle machines. And how awesome is that? And so I have been putting these in the cases as I've been filming here. So let's have a look at the case so far. All right, well, I didn't show you these two yet. And these were the older ones. And I thought, okay, well, let's show them. All right, now when Maisto first introduced these back in, 2012, I believe. May have been 2011, but these ones, okay, well, they weren't the best, but they gave it a good try. The original Chevy pickup had a metal bed. This one has a plastic bed. Now the Corvette, okay, that's basically what they were, but I thought, okay, not quite as great, but still is very cool. I'm so happy that Maisto owns the brand now because they're doing a fantastic job. And I just wish I could find new ones in the store, but that's the way it is. And I love what I have. So let's look at the case. All right, so the case is only about half full. And well, hopefully Toys R Us will bring in some new stuff. Or I might be forced to order online, but either way, I just love collecting muscle machines. And well, 30 in each, so I got 60 there, and I've got, well, 16, 17 in this case. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the muscle machines, and I'll catch you in the next one.